Welcome inside Northwest Stadium, football fans, located in Landover, Maryland. Tonight, no love lost between these NFC East rivals. It's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. We're just seconds away from getting this one started. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Nice effort here, they're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led by the 2nd overall pick a decade ago out of the University of Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
Jalen Lane, the one he was looking for. And it sets up 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
He's going to throw again on 2nd down. He's in trouble, and he's going to go down. The Giants are all over it. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
Might just be a little late to get the ground game going, opening up this game with back-to-back passes. But when you come out of the gate slow and you put yourself behind the sticks, you really don't get into that rhythm you want to find early.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays Brock made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Well, this is exactly what the defense wants to do to these quarterbacks. You want to speed them up, and the best way to do it is to hit them and bring them to the ground. Conversely, they've got to figure out offensively how to protect. If you can't protect, you can't execute, you can't do anything offensively.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. And bringing them out, one of 2 quarterbacks taken in the 1st round of this year's draft. Out of Ole Miss, it's Jackson Dart.
One of the things that I know Brian Daboll and the Giants loved about Jackson Dart is every step of his career. From high school in Utah to USC to Ole Miss, he just kept getting better and better and better. How about the first QB to lead Ole Miss Rebels to back-to-back 10-win seasons in over 80 years? That's what they're getting in their first-round pick.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Darts back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So 2nd down coming up.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
2nd and 10 now. Here's Dart. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
3rd down now. Here's Dart. Slayton. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. The big play nets them 17 yards. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Giants first down.
Well, when your opponent fails to act, Brock, you want to capitalize, right? And they are moving like a team ready to provide us with our first point to this game.
Yeah, pretty lackluster start there, Kate, from their opponents. You got a golden opportunity to immediately take control as they convert to stay on the field.
Throwing on first down. It's Dart. He'll try and run this. And Dart's got him a fresh set of downs there as he slides to a stop.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. That goes for a gain of just 1. And it's good for a New York first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Caught on the comeback route. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Tracy. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Needing 4 here on 3rd down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive. Darts out of the shotgun. Complete beyond the marker. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
Gain of 10 yards. And the Giants first down. 1st and goal, New York.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
From the gun, here's Dart. And he hauls it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or could they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
The kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Commanders nothing.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. Things going well so far. Makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. First down, play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Good strike downfield to Lane. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Give him 25 on that play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tyler Newman with the tackle.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Lane the motion man. Mariota the throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. He's going to keep this one. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
That right there, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's kind of a manhood test, Kate. When you get pushed backwards on a 3rd down QB sneak, you're going to look at each other in the huddle and say, that can't happen again.
Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. He finds Slayton on the slant. And we will have this to up around about the 15-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Giants are going to have the 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Now go play action. Here's Dart. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that 1st down. They say he's maybe a yard short.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. Kept by Deebo Samuel. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. He'll get 16. Brian Daboll has that challenge flag pulled. He wants to take another look at this.
Previous play is under review.
Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So Brian Daboll thought that there was evidence to overturn that call, but obviously the officials disagreed. Trying to throw this from the gun. Throwing the out route, complete. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, aiming for the first time. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. You have that call you had ready, though? You can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next third down coming.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Krosky-Merritt on his own read. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Mariota. Short pass brought in. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Bronk? It's a gain of 5, 3rd down coming up.
Brings up third
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He keeps it himself. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Okay, as soon as this quarterback broke containment, I know your eyes and my eyes went the same place. Can you find a big play down the field? Unfortunately, there was not one to be had.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Krosky-Merritt gets it from the gun. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. They'll throw. 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
And a Washington 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
From the red zone on 1st. It is cut left side. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
26.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Back to throw, Mariota. Catch made. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. From the gun, run for Krosky Merritt. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have fourth down coming up.
The 3-yard line. A gain of 1. It's fourth down and less than a yard.
Here's Jake Moody for the field goal.
Moody
This is a chip shot from the left hash.
A 20-yard attempt.
Moody knocks it through, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Gunnar Olszewski now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now here comes the New York offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. On first down, here's Dart. And we put everything he's got behind it. That finds him deep down the sideline. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. How about a big hitter, 30-40 yards there, and a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Oh, he lost the football. And the Commanders pick it up. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Back to throw, Mariota. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And hopefully they'll have some better blocking on the next play because that was not good. Brings up third down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Third and long for him here. Brought in right side by McLaurin. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Commanders ready for the punt. Gunnar Olszewski will return it for the Giants. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Giants about to get to work on offense. They lost it in enemy territory their last time out. Never a spot you want to fumble. So I imagine, Brock, it's going to be 2 hands on the football as they return to the field. On 1st and 10, here's Dart. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be second down.
Okay, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Third and long, they're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. A gain of 15 there. And it's good for a New York first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing on first down, it starts. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down from the 42. Dart gonna throw again. And this time they're gonna get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on second down.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. And big plays on that side of the ball, well, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
And not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. After the sack could really use a big play here on second down. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw, here starts. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's taken down at the 30. That play good for 17 and a first down.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another Giants first down.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
And he has the New York touchdown. The Giants grow their lead just before halftime.
Giants.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Kicking team out to try the extra points. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants drive their lead to 11.
14. Commanders 3.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. He fields it from the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Mariota to throw. Into the hands of his running back, Prosky Merritt. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Here's Mariota now. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. They come crashing down on that receiver screen, and they take him down behind the line.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
Mariota. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he's down to almost, nope, they're actually going to give him the 30 here. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Washington first down.
Washington first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Mariota. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Okay, we've seen this running back pretty busy here early on in the passing game, and not just with checkdowns. You could tell this was going to be part of the game plan, and I don't think one incompletion here to him is going to deter that effort.
Still working from the 30 as they line this up, second and 10. Lane motioning left. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with third and long.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Motion man sent left. Throw here, third down. Finds him over the middle. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be fourth down.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
Jake Moody on for the field goal.
Just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only 2 seconds left in the half, so on comes the field goal unit. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. Moody knocks it through. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a first down.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Devin Singletary on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So to begin the third quarter, the New York offense returning to the field. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Darts back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Second down now, they need 7. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And He's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
What a great sign to start the second half with this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
The tight end going in motion right. First down, and they go right back to it. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Play made by Deron Payne.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On play action with Dart. Oh, he's keeping it again. They get 27 on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
A gain of 27 more yards. That's another Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
A counter give to Tracy. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it, because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock him backwards.
Now Darts going to the air. Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Now we're on the toss to Tracy. And he will take it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants grow the lead coming out of halftime.
Touchdown, Giants!
They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants lead by 15 now.
21. Commanders 6.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Has this at the 6. Shoots away from one. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here, Krosky Merritt. He dodged the tackle, and he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. He keeps this one himself. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. Second down coming up.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Now Mariota. Completed over the middle. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, his big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Screen pass here for Krosky Merritt. And they have this one well contained. There's the stop for a loss now. 4th down coming up.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
On now comes their punter. It'll be Tress Way doing the honors. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. On 1st down, here's Dart. Short pass brought in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Only need about the length of the football, maybe a touch more on this 2nd and inches. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Now go play action. Here's Dart. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They gain 11 on that play. And the Giants are going to have the 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A handoff to Tracy. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
It's Tracy on 2nd down. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Dart out of the shotgun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. But he's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it, 4th and 3. They'll go. Here's Dart. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the pistol. Krosky Merritt can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. 3rd and long for him here. That's caught. It's McLaurin downfield. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that 1st down. The Giants using their first timeout, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Giving this to Krosky Merritt. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
1st and 10, he keeps it on the option. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
Man, it is tough to fool this defense with how they just react to these plays, Kate. They held that line, the QB keeper, it gets 0.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. And they just get the play off. And he drives this forward to the 6. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Commanders football, and they need to get to work here. They're trailing late. Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Back to throw, Mariota. And he's going to have the Washington touchdown. The Commanders can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with the brains, the processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down, and he just put on a show.
Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th.
Makes the score Giants 21, Commanders 13.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. On the return, this is Singletary. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. The Giants and Jackson Dart set to go back on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Let's start on the ground here. Tracy dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. From the gun, here's Dart. Pass is caught along the sideline by Slayton. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. Good pass from the rookie out of Ole Miss, and it gets him a first.
First down.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he'll get it up to the 44.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or what make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Dart from the pistol. Gets him on the in route. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good for a New York first down.
And the Giants first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, New York.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, this one you gotta be careful to just run it always on first down. You gotta break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go right back to Tracy. 2nd down run gets them 5. Now they've got 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Here's Tracy once more. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Going to the ground again on first. Good hit on the grounds here. That's going to be a 9-yard pickup as it's 2nd down.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it with Devin Singletary. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
A give to Tracy up the middle. He finds a little opening, but not much. Picked up about 4 on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
3rd down, they need 7. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. This return starts at the 5. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Commanders set to take over. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw, Mariota. That's going to be dropped off for Krosky-Merritt. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 5 on the play, and that's good for a Washington first down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
First down, play action. Stepping up, and he's going to run.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble, but the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Mariota now. Now here he goes again. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Over the middle, he's got McLaurin. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Mariota. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
A gain of 6. That's another Washington Commanders first down.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Commanders trailing by 11. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Throwing is Mariota. Drops back. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Commanders now within 1 score in the 4th. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Washington will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here he is to throw. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan, Brock. That conversion trims this to a field goal game. Now get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
The Giants and Darius Slayton with the football once again. Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. They're headed down now defending not a two-score lead, just a field goal advantage here. So wondering, Brock, is that going to affect how they approach a chance at closing this one out?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. Yeah, I think if it's a two-score game, it's run, 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 take every second off, and punt that ball. Not now. Now you've got to get to the plays that you trust and believe in the most. Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. It's Singletary off the option. That run good for a handful as it brings up second down. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Here's Singletary again. The ball's out, he lost it. And the Commanders pick this one up. This is returned all the way into the red zone. What a way to add on to that turnover.
You know, Kate, that is just an awesome job by the defense. We talk about it all the time, pursuit and effort, pursuit and effort. Pursue and they rip the football away, and then the effort for the big return on the fumble sets that offense up in primo position.
The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Back to throw. And he's got it in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
They're running the option, short side. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards. Maybe the wrong read on the option there, Brock, but it kind of looked like the defense had both reads picked up pretty well there.
I'd agree with you, because the option, you're trying to option off of one defender, like a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
That time, well, the defense was all over it. Tremendous pursuit to knock him backwards.
Here he is to throw. Catch is made in close. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
And it's good. So they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now.
Commanders 28, Giants 24.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, this is Singletary. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Throw left side, complete. He's going to be stopped right around the 37. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
We'll look to throw it. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
2nd and 10 now. Here's Dart. Hits him on the out route. He reaches the sideline. Clock stops, but the defense holds him to a gain of maybe 6 or 7.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Throwing now. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, Cade, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he ended up time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And again, they drop the interception. This time it's a good thing, though. Much better field position without it, thanks to the turnover on downs. No timeouts remaining here, partners, so they can just run out this clock. Drawing up the design keeper. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.